What's going on, guys? It's True Nation with the Midwest Takeoff.
You already know who it is. It's Cheney Sims.
And we are here with some special guests today, highlighted superstars across the city, and everybody knows their name. I got to give the proper introduction. Okay, so we have Amira Herbert, is an experienced registered nurse and owns the Noire Wellness Aesthetics, Incorporated. She's been in the business for over 30 years in the medical industry. She specializes in aesthetics, product safety, and improving clients' outcomes, particularly people of color, making the med spa more accessible and affordable.
Based in Cleveland, Ohio, Amira is recognized for her leadership, commitment, and continuing education in connecting small businesses with resources. She also engages in philanthropy, supporting her community. In her downtime, she enjoys traveling and spending time with her son, Isaiah, and her rescue dogs, Abby and Winston.
We have another special guest here named Kayla, a woman of many hats, in school to be a RN with a bachelor's degree in health and science. Welcome to the stage.
Introducing our guests, Kaylin and Amira.
What's going on?
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing? We like to jump straight into the questions, man. First, how's y'all day going? Happy Sunday.
Yes. What did we eat today? What did y'all eat today?
Nothing.
Oh.
Okay, came on an interview with an empty stomach, but it's okay. You know, we gonna fix that.
Get something to
It's
eat.
a nurse thing.
It's a nurse thing.
Yeah.
Y'all have your own culture as nurses and everything like that. And so, was traveling nursing ever a thing for y'all too?
No. Never.
Never. You were just
Never.
always just straight into the hospitals and.
Yeah, I actually never worked in a hospital. I ran hospices, wound care centers, and nursing homes.
Oh, how did you know? Because usually with the nursing track, they teach you like, well, go straight to the hospital. So how did you know that those were different avenues?
Because that's what they told me. Those were my only options, so I went somewhere else.
Oh, wow. So you created the business right off the jump after getting your degree.
No, so I've been a nurse for 16 years. I was a medical assistant for 9 years before that, junior volunteer in the hospital before that. That's where my 30 years comes from.
So each state that you've been through, so you said home health care and everything like that. So tell me this, right? When you first started off in the business, what was the first place that you went to?
The place I worked?
Yeah.
Family medicine. I did family medicine. From there, then I went to blood banking with the American Red Cross. I worked for the Red Cross for 6 years. I became a homeowner at age 21 from that employment.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So you started from a teenager all the way up until you was 21 and you just kept going into business.
Yes.
I know that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I know that's right. So with that, I mean, great things. Give yourself a pat on the back. That is
Thank
so
you.
beautiful.
For
But
sure.
you know that you work hard. You know, you worked hard for that.
30
Yes.
years that you're an expert.
Like,
Thank
definitely.
you.
How
Yeah,
did you
thank you.
reward yourself?
I usually reward myself with a vacation. That's my self-care.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when you first got that big check, where'd you go?
What big check?
I mean, you're on the show. You're now a business owner. We recognize you across the city.
So the last place I was Canada, and that's not far from me. That's a day trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was in Barcelona recently, Mexico recently. That's my self-care. I travel.
And for you, Kayla, what do you contribute to the Noire Wellness Aesthetics?
So my journey with the spa and meeting Amira actually began because my mom was a client of hers. And my mom got her teeth whitening done, and she told me, the owner of the spa and the lady who did it, Amira, was amazing. She was genuine. She really took care of her. They had a great conversation, did content while my mom was there. And since my mom knows that I'm interested in the medical field, she thought that Amira would be like a great inspiration for me. And it would be good for me to meet her. And so she introduced us, and it was history from there. Yeah. So Amira kindly welcomed me in, and I've been at the spa with her. I help out with events. I do teeth whitening, concierge, and things of that sort. So it's really a blessing to be around her as someone who is aspiring to be a nurse. You know, like you said, how did you know that you didn't want to work in a hospital? Because that's really what they teach you in school. Like, you do your clinicals in the hospital. Right. They don't really tell you that there's other avenues outside of nursing like Amira's doing. She's combined her experience with entrepreneurship and now has a beautiful business. So
A wonderful
Thank you.
business, a wonderful business. I actually got my first facial there, and when I say it was amazing, the
Yes.
people were so nice and welcoming. And like I said, I've never even experienced what it was, and like, okay, what's this that they adding onto my
exactly.
face, and they're like, totally relaxed. And I'm like, okay, I'm relaxed. But it was such a new experience. But I would definitely say, tell all men, you have to try this. You know, you have to get facial, you have to take care of your body, your skin, and everything like that. So I definitely appreciate you for that and welcoming me into your business and showing me the ropes. Like, hey, you want a facial? How do you feel?
Yeah.
Well, what Troop is saying, like, there's a lot of beauty trends that come out, especially with like social media, TikTok, all of that. So how does Noire keep up with those trends? And like you said, you focus on the safety and all of that. So how do you also educate your clients going into that?
So everything that I offer, everything that we source at the spa, I make sure it's safe for all skin types, textures, and tones. So traditionally, the med spa space was you mostly saw Caucasian women. I don't look like that. When I'm Googling, so actually, let me go back. A patient of mine planted this seed 16 years ago.
Okay.
And he said, you take care of my psoriasis. I make my appointments to see the doctor, but I'm trying to get to you. If you would ever leave here and open a Medi Spa, I would follow you. And so that started me in the middle of the night. I have insomnia really bad. I'm Googling how tall was Jesus, how many teeth do a giraffe have, what's a med spa, who could own a med spa, how do you open a med spa, can an RN own a med spa? So long story short, that became my if I ever win the lottery dream. Well, spoiler alert, I didn't win the lottery. My mom passed away a couple of years ago, and I got an unexpected inheritance. I was able to leave my last nursing home and start to create my legacy. And so when I was Googling in the middle of the night over that 14, 15 years, I didn't see people who looked like me. And so a lot of the services that you would see, too, they were excluded. They were based on melanin. And so that's why I make it a point to everything that I offer, I make sure it's good for all.
Wow, that's powerful right there within itself.
Thank you.
And so, with added to that, because you already have your bachelor's, but you're going back to school to become an RN.
Yes.
Did she help along with those ideas?
Yes, she did. She was telling me that, if you become a nurse, you have flexibility. Like, you're not just confined to do one thing. And that's also why I've been so inspired with her, because I also have an entrepreneurial mindset, but I'm also have a passion for healthcare. Like, I want to help people in wellness, which is something that Noire specializes in, wellness and luxury. And so she kind of showed me that I can have the best of both worlds. Yeah. So that's why I'm really grateful.
So with Noire, walk me through. If I came in front desk, what are Noire's specialties? What is my treatment? We get luxury. What is that like?
Yes. So we specialize in an experience, not just a treatment. So if you go anywhere else, you may come in for a facial. They have you sit and wait in the lobby. We don't let you sit in the lobby. We will bring you into the lounge, offer you coffee, tea, water, charcuterie. Yes, offer a tour. True. Yes. We have our headshots with all of the team's faces and their an icebreaker question, so you can get familiarized with who's going to be doing your treatment. No, we want it to be a welcoming and warm environment. We offer Botox, filler, teeth whitening, microneedling, chemical peels, facials, medical weight loss, laser hair removal, etc.
Ozempic.
Yes, yeah. Well, semaglutide and tirzepatide, yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I personally have lost 115 pounds in a year and a half.
And you look good.
Thank you.
And you look good.
She does. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So, in this, what are some of your favorite self-care things to do?
So for me, skincare has always been a huge battle. Ever since I was in high school, I've had really bad hormonal acne. And so now my acne is starting to clear up as I've gotten older. But I had leftover scarring, the acne scarring. And so Amira introduced me to no peel chemical peels. So I've gotten them twice, and they've really helped with my skin. You can actually see my results on the Noire Wellness page. Yeah. But when you get on TikTok and stuff, I never knew that there was a such thing as a no peel chemical peel. She was like, you can get a chemical peel. And I'm like, but I don't want to be looking like a mummy. Right. I gotta go to school. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be looking crazy. She was like, no, you're not gonna have that experience. And so it was actually really great.
So is this chemical peel better than cocoa butter? Because yes. I grew up on cocoa butter. That heals scars, take away the little blemish. Yes. Being a young man, I was outside wild. So yes. Rub some cocoa butter on it, you won't get a scar. But so these pills, is it actual pills, or is it an injection, or a facial mask?
So we double cleanse your skin, and then we apply the product onto your skin, and it's going to make your body shed those dead layers of skin. But most chemical peels, you have to cut the dead skin off, and people can see it. Mm-hmm. this is a local company as well, Lender Health. They're out in Avon.
Okay.
Again, when I'm sourcing and researching, I don't want people to have downtime. I don't want you to miss work because you're trying to improve your confidence. So I actually have a peel on right now. You can't tell I'm peeling because it's not visible.
Right.
You don't have to cut dead skin. And the thing that with those other chemical peels, if you accidentally pull that leads to more scarring. So that just makes your skin worse. So yeah,
This is the craziest thing I ever heard. So, for one, you don't even look like you have a chemical peel on.
Yes, exactly.
That's the no pill.
That's
So
what I wanted.
You out here got an exclusive product. That's what it seems like. You know, one of one.
Yeah.
So when you started doing the Noire, before I even touch on that, you came from New Jersey, right?
Yes.
So when you came from New Jersey and you came to Ohio,
Yes.
you already came as a nurse.
No. So I'm from New Jersey. I was born in Atlantic City, but I've also lived in Philly, lived in Cali, lived in Texas. I've lived in, this is my third time in Cleveland, I think. Maybe my third time. I actually technically lived here right after high school. I went to Remington College for medical assisting here.
Oh wow! So you got a lot of
Yes.
like accolades behind you.
Yes.
For this field.
Yes. Yeah, I've gotten experience in a lot of places. I did clinical research in Texas as an MA before nursing school. So my nursing scholarship was paid for by a hospital in Texas. So that's why I was down in San Antonio.
Okay.
And that's where I met the patient who planted the seed, actually.
So where did you come up with the name Noire?
So whenever I thought about it in the middle of the night, really has no such significance. But whenever I'm Googling in the middle of the night and I'm thinking about if I ever win the lottery, it was always called Noire. It just sounds.
I mean, the name is different,
sexy.
but it pops.
It sounds sexy. It means black in French. The E is the effeminate spelling. There's literally no significance, but whenever I thought about it, it was always called Noire. When I was pregnant with my son and I found out at 11 weeks, I already knew he was a boy. I already knew his name was Isaiah. He looks like an Isaiah. It just
So the name Noire means black in French.
it means black, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I just learned something new because I didn't know.
Yeah.
Me being in events and talking to you previously, I never thought to ask you that. I'm like, why did you name that? But I reckon that
Whenever I was thinking about it in the middle of the night, it was always called Noire.
So do you get your best ideas because of the insomnia?
Yeah, I think so.
So with that, like best ideas at the nighttime, deep dive, where do you see Noire in 5 years? Where do you see it in 10 years?
Okay,
What's
5
going
years,
on?
I would like to have a second location. Somebody
Nice.
encouraged me to actually franchise. So hopefully at the 10-year mark, I'd be ready for that.
That would be amazing to see Noire Wellness Aesthetics across the nation.
So for you guys both of you already gone through the nursing school. We have a lot of young nurses, that tune into the podcast and they watch. What are your tips? If it's specifically to the nursing culture, what are your tips to help out the young nurses?
So number one, in nursing school, they only talk about 2 industries that you can work in. They ask you which nursing home are you going to work in and which floor in the hospital. Do your research. There's so many more opportunities. There's nurses everywhere. There's nurses in the military, in Central Intelligence, FBI, everything. There's nurses everywhere. There's nurses on cruise ships. Like you're not limited to those 2 areas.
Okay.
So is that more in the sense of a travel nurse?
No. Those are full-time jobs. The
Wow.
travel nursing, that's just a contract where you go work for a specific facility.
Outside of your state or region?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I am in my first semester of nursing school, and I'm actually in an accelerated program, so it condenses everything to 1 year instead of like 2 to 3 years. So yeah, it's
She's
really
smart.
intense.
She's smart.
I'm balancing like 7 classes, and I have a 2-year-old daughter. So I would just say stay focused. Like tunnel vision. Don't worry about the outside noise. Like Amir told me, the nursing program is rigorous. Obviously, like they're teaching you how to take care of people and at their most vulnerable state. So her telling me that, programs are aimed to weed people out. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of gave me encouragement, like, you can do this. And I don't even know if like how much of an impact that made for me, but I just know that I'm going to get through it. I study, I do my work. And yeah, so I would just say, just stay focused.
you're about your business.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got to go.
So
The tassel's worth the hassle.
Right. Exactly.
So with your business, right, when you first started and you got the name, you patented and everything, What was your first startup complications when you started the business compared to where you are now?
Okay. So the business is actually still new. It's considered a startup. It will be at 2 years in December. So when I went to school, this is also not training that's included in nursing school. If you want to get into aesthetics, this is additional training. So the school that I went to for the additional aesthetics training, the owner, he would have Zoom meetings with all of us, and he would say, what's your goal? And every last one of us, I was going through that same cohort. We all wanted to own our own med spas, and he said, okay, I'm going to caution all of you to start off mobile. Don't start off with overhead. You're going to spend a whole lot of money getting your supplies, getting your malpractice, getting everything in order. So I started off mobile. So I picked out my spa location, the brick and mortar location, March 30th of last year, and it had planned demolition, had planned construction. It looked like 1972. It was really hard to imagine, but I was trusting the process. And they told me I could move in August. Well, long story short, with construction delays, we didn't get to move it until March of this year.
Oh, wow.
So that was my biggest take it
delay
on the
time.
chin, learning experience. Don't pick anything else that has construction plan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's out of your control at that point. So I stayed mobile longer than I anticipated, and I had friends that own business. I'm big on collaborations.
Right.
I had friends that own businesses, so I saw patients in 5 different cities: Strongsville, Olmsted Township, Independence, Chardon, and Mentor while I was mobile. And then my brick and mortar is in Lyndhurst, so I'm gaining clients where I'm not going to be.
Which is really smart.
So it was almost
like an outreach almost.
Yeah, it was outreach. Also, some of those people don't want to travel. Cleveland itself is a little bit segregated. We don't like to go east. If you're on the east, you don't necessarily go to the west. If you're on the west, you don't necessarily go.
That's
and true. Yeah, so I lost some of that clientele when we moved into the brick and mortar.
Okay.
So that's one of the big challenges. So it was almost like starting over and scaling at the same time.
Oh.
That's perfect. Like, so scaling your business now, that I know you said it's still a startup, but I mean, a lot of people know what your business is now. Word of mouth is crazy. Social media is crazy. And from where you started, from the delay to where you are now currently, how is business going?
We are on an upward trajectory. Like, the amount of traction and momentum is actually overwhelming. Yeah, like you just said, people know our name, and I don't know how, but I appreciate it. I'm grateful.
Yeah. Good products, good quality, good experiences.
Exactly.
Like, that is what travel, especially you. I'm sure they leave out your spa smiling, happy.
Yes.
They probably new friends, even new friends.
Yes, a lot of our clients have become friends. Case in point, her mom. She did a couple services with me, and then she's like, "No, you need it on my daughter, and I'm going to be here."
Yeah, you give me a charcuterie board. I'll be like a babysitter. Tell me whenever you need me, I'll be right there. So I know we were talking about the environment and how beautiful it is to be supported and loved, all of that. So tell me about the other professionals that are featured in Noire.
Okay, so my lady squad, my team, I have, they're technically contractors right now, but so Kaylin, her title's listed as concierge, but she does much more than that. So she helps me with content creation, all the events, helping us get Google reviews, which helps us show up faster on the searches. I have 2 master medical estheticians. One of them has over 28 years experience. You've met.
Yes.
He left. I think you proposed to Marcy.
Listen, I never had
usually
a facial, and she said she could play the harp. It was over with. Like, yeah, you can do this all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, she plays instruments.
Marcy plays 12 instruments, and the harp is her favorite. 12, yeah.
And
Hey, Marcy.
yeah, so when I first got it done, she was talking and everything was all smooth, and it was the vibe, the music was there. I'm like, yeah, ma'am, you like younger men. I just wanted to know, because I never had this right here before. This is
never had this.
Yeah, this is new to me. This is all new.
I remember you coming out after, you're like, I feel beautiful.
Yeah, I did. Hey, you don't understand, like, being around certain aesthetics, it's different. It's a different vibe, because you don't ever really get the opportunity or hear about it. Being me and you going to the gym, we doing this, doing that. But when I first met you with the pull-up experience, it was a jump off right off the porch, like, hey, how's it going? You were just so friendly. You was like, oh, you're Troop and this, that. And I'm like, you want to come to the shop and get a facial? I never had a facial before. And you was like, well, come and get your first one. And it was 10 out of 10. And I'll tell that to anybody that ever asked me. It was my first experience. And like I said, I'm like, ma'am, do you like me? I had to ask, did she like me? Because I felt like I was getting a special treatment.
Like that warming.
It was dope. It was a dope vibe, and I would tell all men, if you haven't done it, go try it at least once.
Yeah.
Go try it. It's a different experience.
And she gave you a scalp massage.
Yeah.
Yep. She was like, do you mind if I get all in there? Yes. We do luxury beard facials. There's a facial that Ginger and Honeycomb made for us that's just for men.
Yes, yes.
Beard was out here shining for a week. For real.
Probably
Yes.
felt so nice. With a scalp massage.
Yeah.
And a charcuterie board, I would have had it.
Yes, yes. That's why he proposed her. And then Mariah is my other master medical esthetician. She's got over 16 years experience, but again, everybody falls in love with her as well. And then the muscle of the group is Lex. Alexis, she's a licensed massage therapist. Again, everybody loves the whole squad. Like we're all super cohesive and like-minded. It works.
So for you, Kaylin, right, when you come into this and you see everybody's all loving and together, right?
Yeah.
And you add on with your smiles and your story, right? So with these Google reviews and the new way of social media, is that your biggest presence, or how is that going?
Yes, like we really try to hone in on getting customers to leave Google reviews after their stay. It's like an experience, as she said. Like when before Amira first opened the spa, like while the construction was still going on, she told me, like, I want everyone who comes in the spa to have a luxury experience, and that is what you get. And so it's important to get people to leave the Google review so it can put us on the map, and other people who read that will, versus if they read something from a different spa, like the luxury experience is one of our top things that sets us apart from other spas.
So I was there the other day for Davie's listening party at the Noire Wellness Aesthetics, right? So what I noticed that on your wall, you have the ribbon scissors that cut the...
Yes, for my ribbon cutting, yes.
And so it's a picture underneath with all the Fox 8 News and everything like that.
Yeah.
How was that having the news come to your building to show the world that you're here?
Okay. So it technically wasn't the news. Wayne Dawson is my pastor, my church. So he came to support. Yeah, he came to support me. And standing next to him was Edwin Hubbard Jr. He's the executive director for the NAACP at Cleveland, a really good friend of mine. And then next to me on the other side was the mayor of Lyndhurst. So that's something that the Chamber of Commerce coordinated for me. But yeah, I invited my pastor. Yeah.
And that's another aspect of the spa that Amira is doing to set apart. As a Black-owned med spa, like, she really hones in on community. That's why, like, the events that she has, everybody is welcome. Like, I've met so many different people, and it's great networking opportunities for everybody who's there, because you don't know who you're going to meet when you walk in the spa and come to an event. Like, you may meet a singer, you don't know who you'll meet, but you're going to meet somebody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And her introductions when you meet people are...
They're top tier. They are top tier.
Like, she walks up and
say,
"Do you know Troop? Let me tell you who Troop is.
Exactly.
Third best podcast."
Exactly.
She gives you a spiel every time, and I feel like people should pay her for that. Or, I'm gonna give you your flowers right here. I appreciate you the way you introduced me to the new people that I haven't met in the city, or just people in general. I definitely appreciate that.
So I will say, since I've been here, I think I've been here 10 years this time. I like to say I lived here in the 1900s. It was like it was 98 to 2001. But I noticed when I introduce people, if I don't give that 30-second commercial, the 30-second elevator pitch on you, you'll ask each other, what high school did you go to? And then if you went to Bedford and they went to Lutheran East, then there's nothing left to converse about. So I started off with, this is Troop, you need to know him because, and then this is Davie, you need to know him because, and I give you that intro, and there's likely common ground in there, as opposed to the high school, because it just becomes awkward silence if I don't.
Right.
So when with the med spa, how young can you be to come in and get treatment by you?
So we do, as far as like the injectables and the weight loss, those you have to be over 18. But we've done teenagers getting their skin ready, the hormonal acne, getting them ready for the school year. Yeah. So
are there any self-care tips, or even just having the knowledge that you have, like, stay away from this, do this? What are we doing?
So my skin spurts, I usually defer to them for the skincare regimes, the homegoing regimes. I like to do the injectables. I'm big on the needle. I love the Botox and the filler. That's my lady jam.
I have a question about that, right?
Okay.
So I see so many celebrities get the Botox, and sometimes their face looks stuck, or stiff, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, because I'm unaware, so educate me.
Yes.
But is that too much Botox or filler, or why do they look like that?
That's their preferred aesthetic. I actually have Botox in my face. I have a wrinkly chin. I can't even make the face right now because I've treated it. I also have a gummy smile, so I'll treat myself with a little Botox so you don't see capital gums and lowercase teeth.
Okay.
I've witnessed Amira do injectable treatments, and one thing she will do is hand you a mirror as she goes and let you see, okay, this is just a little bit of the syringe. This is how much we have left. Do you like it, or do you want to keep going? So it's like you don't have to feel pressured to look a certain way, like what you see on social media. Like, she's gonna give you a mirror and allow you to see, do you like this, this size? We can keep going with the injection or not. So that's another like misinterpretation with social media and stuff. When you come into Noire, baby, you can see the injection as you go.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So
everything is all about
do
experience.
men get Botox too?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Another common misconception, people tell me black don't crack. I tell them to stop telling me that. You have no idea who I inject. You have no idea.
Wow. See, that threw me for a loop right there. I'm sorry, that did threw me for a loop. So, with people getting, is there a certain like measurement or time frame that they have to stop getting injections, or you can get them forever?
Yeah,
pretty much.
You can get them forever. Some people will stop. There may be budget constraints, or just they're okay with aging gracefully at that point.
Does it pour out of your skin after a while? Will you have to come back, or once you get it the first time, it's there for life?
So it metabolizes off. So the dermal fillers, most of them last between 12 and 24 months.
Yeah. Do you offer any like specials, or like like some spots have like annual plans, or you get X amount? Do you offer those?
Yes. So we offer memberships, and we also offer we do monthly specials. So we'll do bundles, like say you can combine a massage and a facial for a reduced rate. And also when we do our events, we do event pricing, so you can do an express facial, an express massage, because that's a lot of times that's an introduction to people who've never been to a med spa. So you can try it before you buy it. You can get introduced to what we offer and into the team. So yeah, we do a lot of specials.
I love this. And I know you do a lot of work for the community. So tell me about like your philanthropy. Tell me about what drives you to continue those acts.
I just have always learned to give back and be grateful.
Yeah.
So, what's my saying? Expect nothing, appreciate everything. So.
I love that. I'm gonna quote that.
Yeah, I'm a giver.
And Kaylin, being around, I almost said the light. Oh my goodness, like goodness.
Yeah.
Being around this and entering new stages in your own life, especially being like, we were talking Black-owned med spa tycoon, like this is pioneering, like this is things that young girls are going to look at. Young people period are going to look at this like it's an inspiration, like steps forward. How do you, especially both of you are a part of that, how does that feel, knowing that you are so impactful to so many that you may not know?
Honestly, it's a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing to be around Amira and to know her. Like, she's very humble. She's genuine. Like, anyone that she encounters, she wants to see you elevate and excel in some way. Like, you're always going to leave a conversation with her with some type of nugget, or you've learned something new. And so it's just really a blessing to be around that, especially like I'm only 23. So it's like, now I know that when I graduate, if I wanted to be an entrepreneur, that's an option available to me.
Possible.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I can do it. So it's encouraging and inspiring. And then I get to use those tokens and pass that on to my daughter as she's, looking up to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't even pay her to say that.
That was special. You getting teary-eyed? She about to shed that tear. Right, that one little tear, like the movie.
Yes, I love it.
To think this came from a teeth whitening.
You're right.
Exactly.
The mom's teeth whitening.
Yeah. I believe that God sends us people all the time
Amen.
to help us grow. We're all seeds in some sort of way.
Exactly.
And, you know, when you meet the right people, you feel watered, you feel lively, you
Yeah.
feel like that life is being spoken into you. And I definitely will say that, you know, meeting you, I can tell that you get that. And
Yeah.
also, I've known you for, about 6 months or so.
I think so, yeah.
And I can see that, you know, even every time I'm around you, it's life being spoken
Thank
to
you.
everyone in your circle. So I definitely appreciate that. So
Thank you.
before we wrap up anything like that, we like to ask Gems for the future you and for your future self. For the future kids to maybe look up to you. Can you drop some gems for the city and, you know, something that can inspire and motivate them to follow your passion?
Yeah, create a sense of community. Find like-minded people. Just because you have a lot of friends, a lot of family, those aren't the people who support you when you start a business. It's strangers. It's strangers. So, in this last year and 10 months, I have a whole new network of friends and friends who became family. So create a sense of community with people who are going through what you're going through.
For me, I would definitely say that in the world of social media, it's a lot of comparisons and stuff going on. Just be yourself, be you. Like, social media isn't the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're staying focused and doing what you want to do and what God has called you to do, then you're on the right path.
So how can people follow you guys?
We are on all social media under @Noire_Aesthetics, NOIRE_AESTHETICS.
Okay. Well, it was an honor having you guys on the show.
It was a
Thank you
pleasure.
for having
I'm talking
us.
about
Beautiful.
y'all so
Having you.
informational experts, you know.
you.
And we definitely appreciate you having coming on the Midwest Takeoff.
Our musical guest performance of today, he's performing his song Looking for Love off his album Finally Fre.
Coming to the stage, Davie, Freedom Papers.
Yo, this shout out goes specially to the Midwest Takeoff, to my boy Troop Nation and my girl, Cheney Sims. I'm Davie of Freedom Papers Music. You're now listening to Looking for Love off the debut album, Finally Fre. You know, I'm just at a point in my life where I want something real. Like, I want to love. I want to be loved, but all I keep hearing is, did you hit that? Did you hit that? Did you hit that? Did you hit that, nigga? Did you hit that? Did you hit that? Did you hit that? I've been looking for love, but lately I ain't having no luck at all. I've been looking all summer. Everybody sing, yeah. Everybody sing. Sing. Yeah.
And so I'm Troop Nation, guys.
I'm Cheney Sims. You already know what it is.
Like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Go follow their pages. And we're going to take off and see you next time.